Welcome back to Inside Politics. Our guest today, Dr. Adrienne Battle, the Director of Metro Public Schools, talking about the reopening of Metro schools back this week for in-person classes. Dr. Battle, I suspect the biggest concern among teachers has been their safety when they go back in. They are not on a high priority here in Nashville or in the state to get vaccinated. You made a plea to the governor to when you announced your plan for him to give you more vaccine. I assume you've not gotten any response to that indicates more shots are coming quickly.
No, to date, I've not been able to get a commitment around when the vaccines would be made available to our staff. My plea has been that we should be prioritized, particularly now that we're moving into our phase-in process, and we stand ready to partner with the state health department, and other officials who can ensure that we receive a direct allocation to ensure our teachers and our staff are vaccinated.
Mayor Cooper said he'd like to prioritize teachers as well, but he's sort of hamstrung by how much vaccine he's getting coming down from the federal government. So I guess you're stuck with starting back. Are you concerned at all bringing those teachers and students back into the classroom without them being vaccinated?
I will continue my advocacy for vaccines for all of our staff. It is needed. I mean, we plead to the state, and they did prioritize them in Group 1B. What's concerning is that in surrounding counties, teachers and staff members are able to be vaccinated, and our teachers are starting to try to drive and figure out where they can be vaccinated when they should not have to do that. That should be made available to us right here in Davidson County to support and prioritize our staff. And so I think that with the mitigation strategies we have in place, with the reduced community spread we have, it is definitely safer for us to continue our phase-in process, but we have to continue to push as a city to prioritize our staff to be vaccinated.
There's one teacher that drove 100 miles to another county in order to get vaccinated up in Kentucky. They're about to complete the first round of shots for all their teachers. Are you concerned that education does not seem to be getting the higher priority in lots of areas, but particularly in the area of vaccinations?
Highly concerned, and I am very thankful that we have teachers who are willing and able to travel to be vaccinated. Again, they should not have to do that. And just like what is happening up in Kentucky, I believe that we should get vaccines to our teachers now, not a month from now, but as soon as possible, so that we can protect them and sustain our in-person learning options.
There has recently been a new round of guidance from the Federal Center for Disease Control that says that schools have not been found to be a major contributor to spreading the virus. So why should teachers or anybody in schools have to be bumped up in the vaccine? It seems to not be a place that we've seen a lot of spread from the virus.
Yeah, so I think back in the fall when we experienced our first phase-in, I was very clear. What early indications did show us with our phase-in is that our schools did not significantly contribute to the spread of the virus that we were seeing in our community. However, our community spread definitely has an impact on our ability to operate our schools. And so we have to be very mindful about that. I think the mitigation strategies we have in place, and through our partnership with Meharry Medical College and leaning on the expertise of others, we can continue to create safer environments in all of our schools.
You've mentioned before the problem that you've had because of having to quarantine people when there have been outbreaks. I suspect testing is a big issue. Things have changed a lot since you started this back in the fall. I know you're working with Meharry to get more things done. What's Meharry's role going to be, and how's this going to help you from not having to have the sort of topsy-turvy situation that was going on back in the fall?
Absolutely. Meharry's partnership with Metro Nashville Public Schools is critical. Back in the fall, and when we first started navigating this pandemic, we simply did not have access to the reliable tests that we needed for our students and for our staff. And so through Meharry's partnership, they will be leading our testing protocols. They will be leading, following through on the operational support in our schools, as well as the logistics around making vaccines available for our staff as soon as we receive an allotment to do so.
I know you have some federal money that you're going to be using. President Biden is talking about giving you more. What else do you need funding for that might come out of this latest round of coronavirus relief out of Washington, if indeed another bill comes out?
Yeah, it's a very difficult answer right now because we are still leveraging the second round of our ESSER 2.0 funds, and we're committed to being very strategic and prioritizing our needs here in the district. Currently, we're leveraging those funds to continue our nutrition services efforts, our partnership with Meharry, and specific strategies around academics, numeracy, literacy, social emotional learning, mental health, as well as transitions. We're also allocating a large amount of our funds down to our schools, across to our schools, because our school teams need to have access to meeting the unique needs of their students. But we know now, and we know for the future, that we can definitely leverage one-time funds to help improve our facilities, ventilation, HVAC, and all the conditions that are necessary when learning in a building.
You have another budget year coming up here in Metro in terms of money. It was a tough year last year, maybe even a tougher year this year. Are you concerned about how that will go with, you've had a lot of divisions within your parent body, within your teacher body, and for that matter, even among some of your board members? What are you doing to sort of build sort of some unity about that? We've got about 1 minute left.
Yes, it's been a challenging year for everyone. I totally sympathize with the challenges that our board has experienced, our staff, our parents, our teachers. Everyone is trying to navigate this together. And so I'm very optimistic. I believe that time heals all wounds. And as a director of schools, what I'm committed to is to bring clarity around our next steps, our focus areas, our focus outcomes as we move forward, and bringing everyone together in collaboration, eliminating the distractions so that we can focus on our students and move them along.
Dr. Battle, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck with reopening the schools.
Thank you.
That's Inside Politics for this week. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you'll be back here again for a future show. If you can't get into politics in the meantime, go to the NewsChannel 5 website. You'll find my Capitol View commentary there. Zoo commentary posted every Friday afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you here next time. Goodbye.